future husband. This is the second video I'm recording because I ran out of space. Hi babe. So yeah, shit happens, right? Which is funny because literally this entire video is about shit happening. So let's start again. Yeah, we clearly have to start again. I'm sorry I missed last week. I just wasn't up for recording a video last week simply because shit happened, Maybe just to give you a bit of context, I have always loved theatre. Theatre has always been something I enjoy. It's something I fell into by accident. When I was 11 years old, I wonder if you can hear the thunder, it's quite loud. Okay, anyways, when I was 11 years old, I had my group of friends and I in primary school, we decided to go and audition for narrators to be in the school play. And so I went into a narrator, but instead I got an acting role. And from that point onwards, from 11 all the way till I think about 20, I performed every single year, whether it was a school play, a college play, or an actual performing arts play. I performed every year and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Being on stage, acting, performing, putting life into this character, memorizing lines, all of the rehearsals, backstage, everything. I just love everything about it. So much so that at a point, I really wanted acting to be a career choice. I wanted to really perform. I wanted to run away to New York and be in plays. I wanted to do all kinds of shit. And there are certain elements of that dream that's still alive. I don't know how much of it I really truly desire, but I still enjoy acting. I love all about it. But something has made me wonder that perhaps I love the stage more than I love acting. Just some thought process there. So a couple of years back, I went in to audition for a musical, and it was a musical that I really put a stupid amount of expectations on it. Let me be really honest, which is really stupid from anything, reading Lily Singh's book, How to Be a Boss, I realized how important it is to not one thing can make or break you. I think that's the most powerful thing there. Just because you're going to do this one thing is not going to make you. This one thing is not going to break you. So much so that way you don't put so much of expectations on one possible venture, one possible avenue. And clearly, even until recently, even after reading the book, I clearly haven't remembered that much. Although my bounce back rate was quite good. So I'm digressing as always. Let's return back to the audition. So it was this audition for this play called this musical, actually, Sinbad the Musical. And I've never auditioned for a musical. The one musical I did audition for in high school was for Grease, and I could sing, I could act. The dancing, not so much. I struggled with it a lot, and that came back again. So it was great for the musical aspect because I unlocked elements of my voice that I never knew I could achieve or reach before. I still remember my first ever musical. Oh my god, we're doing a musical digression. My first ever musical. The song I performed was Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera. So it went like this. Think of me fondly when we say goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. So that was the piece I performed. And one the funniest thing is the people who were auditioning me, they said, "We'll see you in Hollywood." And at that point of time, I had no idea what they were talking about. They were basically giving an American Idol reference because, when you go and audition for American Idol, they give you this. This was in high school, Form 2, I think. So I could sing, it's just I couldn't dance. Even when the person was choreographing it next to me, I struggled so much with my body that I couldn't dance. And I think that was because I was so not confident in my body. I was so uncomfortable with the way my body felt, and where all the femininity and the masculinity and body image issues and all of that. So then comes Sinbad the Musical, and I go in and I don't do this song, even though I should have. I did Katy Perry's Teenage Dream, but it was really bad because it wasn't the right song choice for me. I just enjoyed it because Darren Criss sang it in Glee. So that whole, you think I'm pretty without any makeup on, but it wasn't the right choice. It just wasn't great. And my second backup plan was actually Little Mermaid. And what was really cool about that is because when I did that piece, when I performed that, I was able to unlock this musical side of me that I never even knew existed. I learned I could sing like this. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. That's not so great. Up where they walk, not so great either. Ooh. Up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that. No. Part of that world. And what was really cool about that audition was I was able to access parts of my throat that I didn't know I could access. There was a bit of that wasn't so great. But that audition gave me a lot of confidence with my singing. But it completely destroyed my confidence with dancing and movement. Because we actually had to follow a choreography step, and it was so hard for me to pick it up because I'm so not used to dancing or even choreography for that matter. And I struggled with it so much, and everybody was like gazelles. Everybody was flying across the room and being all beautiful, and I felt like a fucking elephant. It was really bad, and it didn't help with my body image issues and how uncomfortable I was with myself. So the weirdest thing, right, from that point onwards, I never acted again. I never went for auditions. Maybe life got in the way, I'm going to be really honest, but there is a part of me that wonders that maybe that was when I let that dream die. So fast forward to this year, and I suddenly someone tells me about this audition for this piece that's really unique. And to give you some context, since then, I have slowly I've been exploring spoken word and poetry and going for open mics and exploring that whole ladder and that whole world. And so when this acting thing came along, I thought, you know what, let's go for it. It's been so long. There's a workshop, then an audition. I'd really love to go for it. And there was a very cool process. You actually have to do like a collage beforehand about yourself. And I really, really loved the process. And so I went for the workshop, and it was very physical. There wasn't a lot of dancing. There was a little bit of dancing. I felt a little bit awkward, but there was a lot of physicality and movement as part of the workshop, and I had so much fun. I connected with a lot of people on an energetic level. We all vibed the same vibes. It was just so much of fun, and I really, really had a good time. And then I went for the audition, and I really thought I killed it. I really thought I did so well. And then I came back, and all the nerves set in, and I got all nervous, and I'm like, in my back of my mind, I'm like, shit, I made a mess. And then I got an SMS that proved my thoughts, that said that the directors, the people who were putting the piece together, they loved the energy I brought. Thank you for being there, and that they'll keep me in mind for like future projects and stuff, but I wasn't the right fit then. And to a certain extent, I get it, I really do, because the project was about feminine energy and all of that things, and I don't know if there was enough of me to bring to that. But what I really wanted to do with that project is I wanted to explore my feminine energy, because I felt like one of the reasons I'm so uncomfortable with my body, that thought just came to me, damn, talking to you is like therapy, babe, let's be honest, is that one of the reasons I was so uncomfortable with my body is because of my feminine energy. When I was 14, I went along to a family gathering, and I felt really good about myself that day. But when I got into the car, my parents, Appa and Amma, started scolding me for acting so girly. And I think that was the day I locked a piece of myself away. That was the day I suddenly became uncomfortable about my body. That was the day this feminine energy that I know I have, that I know is such a huge part of who I am, I put her aside. And I'm slowly trying to bring her back out to reach that side of me again. Not crying nowadays, but it's okay. It's good to release emotions. It's good to be yourself. And this project being part of like this feminine project, I was really, really hoping that it will help me unlock it. Help me access that part of it. And it was great. The workshop was great because I did get to access some of it. I got to sashay a bit. But I think here's the thing, right? But it just threw me for a loop when that happened. And like Lily says, nothing can make or break you. And I overcame it. I needed maybe 2-3 days where I just wallowed in self-pity and just watched shows and, got all depressed and all that shit. But I got out of it really fast, and then I did some good spirited work and got some shit done after that. But what I wanted to tell you is that I wanted to talk to you about when things don't go well, when things go to shit. But I don't know where this went. It felt like some acting, drama, body image thing. So I have no idea what to title this video. So I'll review it and I'll figure out what to title it. But I think I just wanted to talk to you about that. Like, sometimes things don't go well and things don't make or break you, damn it. And just wanted to share my theater acting journey thing. Anyways, babe, I hope you're doing okay. I've had glimpses of you, which is quite fascinating. People who could be you, some exciting things and stuff like that. But I know you're out there. I know that the universe is somehow bringing us together in some beautiful, amazing way. So, my dear future husband, please take care of yourself. Be nice, which you are, I can tell.